Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Olga is here. For those of you who haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the bell as well to get the latest notifications about the videos I post out there for you guys. In today's video, I'm going to be giving tips on how to achieve flawless concealer under your eye, how to conceal discolorations, bags, dark circles, you name it, whatever is going on there under the eye. I want to give credit to Wayne Goss. I recently watched his video on how he does it, and I have already been doing that, but when I watched something like that, Wayne Goss is a guru, makeup artist and all of that, and I respect him a lot, but it's just nice to be able to see the makeup artist actually showing you how it's done. Now, I took his recommendations, of course, and I have tweaked them slightly to basically fit how I would explain the same or similar technique. So, you can be working with any concealer that you'd like. Let me just explain what I have already applied on my face. So, I have applied the Genifique Youth Activating Concentrate by Lancome. Then I had gone in with Giorgio Armani primer for my face, and then this is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in shade number 3, and I have set my face with Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. However, I did not set under the eye area because I have not concealed anything. So I have set here, I set my nose, I set my chin, I cut my cheeks right here a little bit, so just to kind of make sure that the foundation doesn't move. Jordana lip pencil, kind of outlining my lips because they were a little bit too pale. Let's talk about concealer. So this can be any concealer you like, meaning any concealer that works for you. You don't have to use Maybelline Fit Me concealer, you don't have to use necessarily Shape Tape. You can use any concealer that you love and that you are comfortable with. I'm going to use today Maybelline Fit Me in shade Fair 15, and I will start applying it just under my eye and a little bit doing like a triangle. And I'm going to go right where my nose starts, right here. Drag it down here and drag it here. What I want to say right away is that with that technique that Wayne Goss is teaching us, I have tweaked it a little bit to customize to my own preferences. So he tells you to leave this area right here at first. I actually love to take my concealer right away, pretty much flush to those lower lashes. Literally, if I could take it to the waterline, I would. And I'll explain to you at the end of the video as to why I do that. Take it as close to the edge of the skin where your eye starts, as close as you can. I'm going to take a buffing brush by Real Techniques and I will start working it into the skin. But before I do that, I kind of mentally count about 4 to 5 seconds, you won't believe it when I say it, to sort of start drying on my skin. I notice that when I allow a little bit of time between the application to the buffing, the product dries up a little bit. It allows me to work it better into the skin. It doesn't move as much, so to speak. It kind of gets to know my skin a little bit better. So right now the 5 seconds are up and we're going to start buffing. And I like to use the circular motions as well as the stamping motions because I want my skin to absorb as much of the product as it can. And why we're doing this is that you have a long-lasting look without the cakiness, without that creasing under the eye. You can start dragging it this way, you know, kind of additionally, and I'll explain why you need to do that as well. Okay, so now that that part is done, what you want to be doing is you're grabbing a tissue, wrap it around your finger, just so, and now you kind of pat this area. You are not wiping anything, but you are patting. Why? Because now you're going to take off that excess. And it's a very small amount, but that is the extra that your skin did not absorb, and you want it not sitting on your skin. You're just kind of patting and patting. As you can see, very minimal amount of product on the tissue, and that was that extra excess that you didn't need and you now have taken it off. Now you're gonna take a damp beauty blender or any other sponge. I heard Morphe has really nice sponges, so if you have any other cool sponge, use that. You don't have to use a damp beauty blender, but it needs to be a damp sponge. Buff it in even more. Now it's time to set, and literally it will not cake up, it's not going to crease. And if you compare, this is my right side with the concealer, this is my left side without the concealer. You can see how different that looks. This looks like it's part of my skin. There are no harsh white lines. This technique, you can take it into real life and not look like you have caked up a bunch of concealer under your eye. This looks really flawless, airbrushed, and part of your skin. And this is what we're trying to achieve. The other way to do it is to kind of leave a little bit of space and then fill it in, is because then you do your eye makeup and then you can really drag that line of concealer and make everything really lifted, very cleaned up. I normally do my makeup in different order, so I do apply foundation, concealer, I set my face, and then I do my eye makeup. That's why for me the best way to do it is to take the concealer all the way up, literally, if I can, into the waterline. I don't recommend necessarily putting it in your eye, but if you can get it as close as possible, you are going to achieve that flawless skin. A lot of times what I see people do is they will take concealer, apply it here, and then drag it, do this massive triangle all the way down here. I don't understand that. You can certainly do that, but what I'm trying to achieve is to give myself as much smoothness underneath my eye without the gap. Like, so I don't want to have this little bit of a gray area, then bam, you have this white stuff going on. No. So that's why I take the concealer extremely close, literally if I can, to my waterline. What I also do to protect from the fallout is I apply the loose powder. I put an excess here, so if there is a fallout from very pigmented eyeshadows, I can just take a fluffy brush and brush off that and not have to hide it and cake more concealer to hide up my mistakes. One more thing you want to do. Sometimes with age, and I am 37 years old, we tend to lose that kind of like a fatty tissue underneath our skin, that, you know, that stuff that makes us look young. Sometimes there's like pockets in the skin, and it's not necessarily a bag, and it's not necessarily discoloration on the skin, but it's like a shadow. It almost looks like a shadow. That's from losing that fat under the skin, so to speak. And sometimes we tend to get it around the eye area. I tend to have like a spot right here. So if you do have something like that, so don't just conceal here, by all means go a little bit over and conceal those little dark areas that you have going on if you lost that plumliness, so to speak, that collagen under your skin, to kind of cover that up. We are almost done with the video, guys. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments if you find these types of videos helpful, if you want me to do more tips. I find giving useful information and information that can help others, I really enjoy doing that. So do let me know, guys. I am not a professional makeup artist. I just want to kind of, if you're new on the channel, to remind that I'm a makeup enthusiast. I'm very excited about makeup, and just like you, I watch YouTube, and just like you, I'm learning from somebody else, years of experience and all of that. The other thing I want to ask you, in the previous video about the curling iron, I showed a little bit of shared with you my other passion. I really love Vera Bradley purses, where I keep my curling irons. I love those types of accessories and pouches. I have like a lot of Vera Bradley stuff that I love to collect. If you want me to make a video on Vera Bradley to kind of showcase the collection, talk about Vera Bradley patterns, tell you about it, I really love that brand. I love her purses, and these are just some of my few pieces that I have. I have a lot more. I can kind of showcase the collection of stuff that I do own, talk about different patterns, talk about pros and cons of different purses. If you want to see that, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to film a video like that for you guys. This is a beauty channel. Mostly I focus on makeup trends. I do want to do a little bit of more hair related videos, purses, you know, if there's any particular stuff like that related to beauty, please do let me know, and I'll be more than happy to make a video about that as well. So with all of that said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you all in my next video. I love you. Bye.